In this video, we're going to show you how to install the thermostat and housing on your Hyundai Elantra located underneath your alternator. When starting this project, you want to raise the vehicle up in the air and you want to remove the plastic splash shield underneath here. Our vehicle doesn't have it, but when you go to remove yours, you're going to come across to the back. Across, remember here, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 bolts that are probably 12 or 13 millimeter. Then there's going to be a series of plastic push pins. There's going to be 3 here. And then there's going to be a series across the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's 3 more over here. 1, 2, 3. Once you remove those there, drop down that splash shield. Now from underneath the vehicle, on the driver's side of our radiator, you're going to locate the drain plug or the petcock. Go ahead and grab that. You want to turn it counterclockwise. Now we do have a catch can underneath to catch the coolant. Now in our case, the drain plug is tight. So we're going to use a pair of pliers here, and you want to be careful because it is plastic. We want to go ahead and just grab this and want to twist that, just break that free. Once it's loose, we can go ahead and continue to spin that. You see our coolant draining out here. We're going to wait till that's completely empty and it stops draining. Now that we're down to a slow trickle here, we're going to go ahead and close this back up. So turn that clockwise and just snug that down. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that down, and I'm actually going to use some spray solvent to clean that. And then we can move up top. Now here we are on the passenger side. This here is our alternator, and if you follow it straight down, we have our radiator hose right here. Now there is a hose clamp, but we're not going to be undoing that. This is a quick disconnect hose coupler right here, and there's a metal tab right there on the side. What you're going to do is you're going to push that tab in. You can put your finger on there, and you can push it in. You can almost feel it compress in. You're going to push in on that and then pull the coupler off of the thermostat housing. It'll come off with the entire hose. So let's go ahead and do that. Now if you want to, you can use a flathead screwdriver and come around the back of the alternator power wire and press in on this tab. Once you press in on all the way, go ahead and grab that hose and wiggle it up and down and pull on it. And there it is. Now we do have a towel underneath. We already drained our radiator. Probably going to lose a little bit of coolant, but that's okay. Now on the inside here, there's going to be 2 bolts we need to remove this thermostat housing. So let's go ahead and do that next. You can see a little bit of the coolant still dripping out of the thermostat housing neck there. But in the back section, you can see 2 nuts we need to loosen and remove in order to pull that thermostat and housing assembly out. Let's go ahead and get to it. So our choice of tools here is a short extension with a deep socket, 12 millimeter. Now you are going to lose some more coolant from the backside of the thermostat, so make sure you have a catch can, a bucket, or some towels or something to catch the residual coolant coming out from the engine. Now we're going to reuse the hardware here, so be sure not to lose those. There's the second nut there. Now on the bottom side of our thermostat housing right here, there is an electrical connector right there. So we want to go ahead and pinch the little tab on the side of it and separate that harness from the sensor. Let's go ahead and do that. Now with the harness disconnected and the 2 nuts removed, we're going to reach down, we're going to grab that neck, just kind of wiggle it, separate it from the engine, and pull out. So this is the unit here. Here is the connector or the sensor that we had to remove the harness from. Now in the old thermostat housing, there should be a rubber O-ring around the perimeter here. You want to make sure that when you remove it, that is still there. If it's not there, it's probably stuck to the engine. Go ahead and check. If it's there, remove it from the engine, and then go ahead and discard your part. Now on the new thermostat housing, you want to make sure that the rubber O-ring is pressed in and seated all the way. If there's no gasket there, go ahead and check the package for it, but you need to have a new gasket on this. Take your new thermostat and housing, lower it down inside. Make sure that that sensor is positioned on the bottom. Insert the thermostat into the engine. Line up the housing with the studs. Go ahead and get the nut started on the two studs there. Now I like to go ahead and spin those down as far as possible. It's going to save some time when you go to put your ratchet on there to snug that down. Once you get them both in there or on there, I'm going to go ahead and snug these down. Once it bottoms out, you can stop. Go ahead and snug down the other one. Now, if you have the ability to do so, you want to go ahead and torque these down to 17.4 foot-pounds. Now, before we pop that hose on, we're going to grab that electrical connector, line that up with our sensor, push that on. You can feel it in here, it clip into place. Next thing is, go ahead and grab that radiator hose. We're going to line that up, and all we have to do is we have to line up this little tab on the top of the coupler here, and that lines up with a metal raised tab on the thermostat housing. And once that lines up, simply push it on, and you can hear it click into place. Your hose is now attached. Don't forget to clean up your workspace here. Use some spray solvent. Clean this stuff up. Any of that residual coolant. Wipe everything down. Make sure your workplace is all clean. You may even want to wipe down the bottom side before you install your under engine cover, which is highly recommended anyways. With everything installed up here and our drain plug down below secured, let's go ahead and fill up our cooling system. Let's go ahead and fill up our radiator. Going to twist that cap counterclockwise, remove it. And you want to use a clean funnel. We're going to use a funnel unit here, adapter. Be sure to use the appropriate coolant recommended for this vehicle. And let's go ahead and fill up the radiator. We're just going to continue this process until our radiator is full. I'm going to remove our funnel. And we are going to lose a little bit off the top here, but that's okay. Go ahead and install your radiator cap. Wipe down any of that residual coolant. Now, we didn't lose any coolant from our expansion tank over on the left-hand side here. What you want to do is go ahead and check that. There is a L and an H on there for low and high, or an L and F for low and full. Go ahead and just top that off to the full mark if it needs it. After this is all topped off, go ahead and install your splash shield if you have it. You can go for a road test. Drive it around for about 15-20 minutes, and then come back and check the expansion tank. Make sure that the level on the tank is full. If it is not, fill the coolant through this here, not through this radiator cap. Never open this one hot. At that point there, once you're all full and topped off, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.